Is it? So let's get to it now. So you've seen the history. Okay, now what is it? What is the essentially the ideal of the ideal man, yeah, the attractive man, essentially? What is it? What makes him ideal, or what makes him attractive? Okay, the foundational quality of the attractive man is courage. Okay, courage. This is the foundational quality of the attractive man. Courage, if you look at virtue, what are the virtues? The primary virtue probably is truth. Truth is often been called the mother of all virtues, to tell the truth. Maybe love is also up there. These would be the human, foundational human virtues. All human beings should aim at these as a primary. But the foundational masculine virtue ideal is courage. Okay, this is the manly, masculine virtue. All of those heroes, from the tribal warrior, Gilgamesh, to James Bond, Tom Hardy in that film, every single one of those has courage. Okay, all of them are brave enough to go out and face the monster that other people are too scared to face. You understand? It is the willingness and ability to protect a vulnerable woman, child, person, individual who cannot protect themselves. That is the foundational masculine quality. Every single example of the bad boy that's talked about, um, even in terms of sort of being criminal or whatever, every single one of them is manifesting the quality, the virtue of courage. Okay, every single one of them. They are brave. This is foundational. Okay, so the first thing that you need to work on, okay, if you want to become like this, is you need to become brave, essentially, and to aim at courage. And courage is the willingness, okay, is the willingness to put yourself at risk, put yourself in harm, essentially, to protect the people that you care about and to protect her. Foundationally speaking, go back to the tribal situation. What would the woman want? What type of man would she want? She would want the man who would be willing to protect her when the enemy tribe came and would be trying to, kidnap her or hurt her in some way when the lion runs into the camp. The man who isn't going to run away while she's there with the kid. The man is going to stand in front of the lion, knowing he's going to die. He's not going to kill the lion, most likely, but he's going to stand there and he's going to fight the lion so she can get away. That's what is fundamentally attractive. And this being combined with the ability to fight. Okay, so learning, for example, learning a martial art, learning how to box, learning Muay Thai, how to box, learning how to wrestle, for example, not WWE, but like actual wrestling. Learning judo or jiu-jitsu, one of these arts, and learning how to physically defend yourself and others, this would be also in line with this, because obviously if you're going to be brave, you need to have the tools that would allow you to be brave and also be successful in your bravery. So this is the fundamental thing. Okay, this is the first thing that you need to work on. Okay, you need to learn courage and you need to learn bravery. This is foundational. And women get this confused. I'm going to tell you something which is important to keep in mind. Okay, that do not confuse courage, okay, with aggression or violence. Yeah, they're not the same. Okay, so this is my first tip to all of you, I guess. To be brave means that when the situation becomes dangerous and there are people who will get hurt if you don't act, you act. This is courage. You put yourself at risk to protect other people. This is courage. Okay, this is courage. Aggression or violence, on the other hand, is that you use force and strength, often on people who are smaller than you, who are weaker than you, in order to get what you want. You intimidate people, you threaten people, you make people feel scared to get what you want. This is not courage, this is cowardice. It's the opposite of courage. So the first thing that I could tell you, okay, that if you want to know the difference between the actually ideal, attractive man, the actual bad boy, if you want to say, and the fake one, the poser, the pretender, is how do they treat people? How do they treat people? Are they generally nice to people? Are they generally kind to people? Or are they like a bully who is, pushes people around and is aggressive towards others so that they can get their way? One thing that you need to keep in mind, okay, is that the heroes in all of those stories, when did the sword come out or the weapon? When did it come out? It's when they were against a dragon. It's when they were fighting a dragon. The sword, the weapon, didn't come out when they were, talking to a normal person. That's not what happened, right? They used the sword on the dragon. Understand? And the reality of the person who is just aggressive, loud, intimidating, violent, and like that, is that they are some of the most scared people in the world now. That's why they're so aggressive, loud, and violent. Understand? It's not because they're actually, brave or like, it's not because they're actually confident or something like that. It's because they're scared now. That's why they need to be scared. Dogs bark the most now. Scared dogs are the ones that are most likely to bite you in a way that wasn't necessary because you're not a threat to them. Real killers, if you want to say, real killers are quiet, yeah. They're not like loud like that. Real dangerous people are quiet and they're actually nice because they know how dangerous they are. Do you understand? They know how dangerous they are, so why would they need to be loud about it? They want to be nice. They don't want. People have actually seen violence and have been in situations where they've had to use it. They don't. It's not enjoyable to them. Do you understand? It's like they want to avoid that. So there's your first sort of thing. Okay, there's your first thing. Okay, number two, this is extremely important, is that all of these individuals that I showed you, the example, the ideal of the attractive man is the authentic man. Authenticity is the second thing that you need to aim for. Authenticity means that you know who you are, okay? Or you have a rough idea of who you are. If you're young, especially, it's going to take time to work out. And you're not, it's more important that you're not trying to pretend to be anything. You're not trying to lie to her to impress her. You want to be impressive without trying to impress her. Huh? You're not lying, you're not putting on a character, you're not putting on a show, you're not putting on an act, a voice. I've seen pickup artists go so far as to have full routines listed out of what they're gonna say, how they're gonna say it, the clothes they're gonna wear. Like all of this is just it's a form of lying yet. You don't know who you are yet. You're putting on an act, you're pretending yet. That's not good yet. All of that is false. False. Okay, it's not good. Excuse me. The actual ideal, what is really, really attractive is when you can just be comfortable in being yourself, yet being authentic. When you can know who you are and you can be okay with who you are, and you can be okay with her seeing who you are. And authenticity plus courage is what creates confidence. Okay? It's knowing you're the man that you want to be and knowing that she knows you are too, basically. And you feel good about it. And that feeling good about it is like very it spreads real quick, yeah. It's like magnetic in a way. It's like it's addictive to be around that person who feels good about themselves. They have that energy, which is very like it's I don't know what the word is yet, but it feels good to be around them because everyone wants to feel that, right? Everyone wants to feel good about themselves. Everyone wants to feel like, have good self-esteem and all that. So if you can be like that, then it's addictive. People want to be around you and it's attractive. The hero is always like that. So the hero is never lying or pretending. It's always the villain that's lying and pretending, put on an act. Okay? And yes. Now, one thing that I should have said before when I was talking about the nice guy thing, the reason why nice guys get friend zoned, why do nice guys get friend zoned? The reason they get friend zoned is because they lack courage. That's why. They lack courage. So they're very nice, very polite, very friendly. But as soon as something happens, okay, like something dangerous was to happen, they freeze or they run away. They're not there. They're not there for her. That's why they don't. And women will test you, okay, in little ways to see how you'll react in order to see this bigger thing. For example, she herself might say something to you, to see how do you react, basically. She might try to test you in some way, she might try to trigger you in some way. But in any case, the point is it's all just to try and check. Will you run from danger? Or will you be here to help me and protect me from danger? Basically, that's the bottom of it, pretty much. Okay, so if you're nice and you're courageous and you're authentic, you're like okay, now there's only one more. There's two more. Yes, there's two more. Okay, and yeah, two more, and then one piece of final advice. Okay. So the next thing beyond courage and authenticity is ambition. Ambition. So if you notice, every single one of these heroes that I laid out, they all had a big mission that they were on. Even the mission of going to kill the dragon to save the woman, it's a mission in itself. And oftentimes, every single hero is on a mission. In the stories of, if we deal now with the ideal of the criminal, why is the criminal seen as attractive, the dangerous man, all that? It's not just that the fact that they're a criminal yet. The fact that they're a criminal is often not something that they've chosen. If you look at all of these stories where the main character is a criminal and yet women find him attractive, it's not that they chose to be a criminal. It's that they were born into circumstances where they were pushed in that direction, and then they have courage. Okay, they protect their loved ones. They're brave. They protect the people who are innocent. They fight the bad guys who are often bullies and mean people, for example, violent people. They protect others. They have ambition. They're aiming at something big. They're aiming at something big to take their family, to escape poverty, and so on. They're aiming at big things. They have big goals. And they are authentic, and they're not lying about who they are, but they're very truthful. They always stick to truth. They have a code of honor. Look at all the mafia films. Every single one talks about the honor code, that they don't lie. Your word is your bond. So they are essentially displaying virtue despite living a criminal life. You understand? It's not the criminal life that makes them attractive. It's the virtue that they're displaying despite the criminal life. Like, for example, Tommy Shelby in Peaky Blinders, he has all of these qualities that I just laid out. He's ambitious, he's courageous, he is authentic. And it's just the fact that he's a criminal. That's just it's not that what makes him attractive. Because James Bond is the opposite. He catches criminals and puts them in, he kills them or he puts them in jail, whatever. He's the opposite. He's a police officer essentially, but women for decades found that man extremely attractive. And classically, for thousands of years, women have found the hero attractive, the one that goes and fights the enemy. So the point is, it's not the criminal yet. So that's the idea. You understand? The criminal is often the actual criminal is the one who has no morals, no ethics. He's the one who is the dragon, essentially. He captures the woman and he's abusing her. He wants to abuse her. He's hurting her in some way. And it's the good criminal that comes in, saves the woman. Do you understand? It's not the actually unethical one, which is why people get confused. But the point is, you just need to focus on the virtue. Focus on the ideals and the virtue, the good qualities. And courage is what, when women say you need more edge or you need to, whatever, it's courage that they're talking about. You understand? Courage, because courage includes taking risks. It includes, excuse me, being brave, standing up for yourself, standing up for other people, and so on and so on and so on. Being a leader, all that is courage, and that's the point. Okay, ambition. All of these have a mission, a quest that they're on. They're trying to accomplish big things. They're not just basically, sitting around and sort of feeling sorry for themselves, but they're going somewhere. They're traveling somewhere. They have an adventure that they're on. And the story, look at all these stories. The story does not stop when they got the girl yet. The story doesn't stop when the girl is saved or they have the girl. But oftentimes the girl will often join the hero on his adventure, okay, and then they'll go on to like another adventure. You understand? That is extremely attractive. And when you have a plan, you have an idea of where you're going, and you're taking steps to head towards that direction. And this takes care of the idea of being like needy or being like, seeming like you're thirsty, being like desperate to try and talk to her all day, because you are focused on a mission. You have a mission to complete and you're going somewhere and you're heading in a direction that is exciting and people want to come along with you. Yeah. And a lot of women would want to join you in your adventure. Yeah. That's the idea. Yeah. That's the ideal. Okay, now this is an extremely important one. Okay, especially in today's time with like I said, these mistaken ideas of what it means to actually be attractive, especially in today's time. This is one that hardly gets talked about, except by people who, sorry to say, they lack some of the qualities which, men would want to look up to. A lot of men, when they listen to people who do talk about love and stuff like that, they don't relate to it and they don't think, well, I'd like to be like him. Yeah, they don't. So, but love, okay, is another extremely important virtue and ideal which every single one of these hero figures, essentially, every single one of them, even the tribal warrior, all of them have this ideal of love. Okay, love is, again, probably, if it's not the primary virtue, if truth is number one, love probably number two. Yeah, I'm not sure yet which one goes first, to be honest. Now, love is fundamental, okay, and love is the difference between the hero and the villain, the good guy and the bad guy, the good criminal and the bad criminal. Essentially, is love. Love means, I don't just mean love like being excited about being around someone or something like that. That dopamine, I don't mean that. Love means that you are extremely careful not to hurt other people, and that you treat people like they are valuable, and you treat whatever woman you're with like she is valuable and she is special and important. I don't mean more special and more important than you. Okay, that's incorrect as well, because you need to love yourself, obviously. But that like she is important and she is special, and you're not afraid of like saying nice things to her and encouraging her, being nice to her, yeah. Because there's a mistaken ideal that you need to be mean to women, you need to be like hurt their feelings and things. You need to like hurt their self-esteem or something like that, so that they can, so then you can have a chance with them. All this is stupid. The reality is that if you are the attractive man, if you have the ideals which I laid out before, being loving towards her will only make your relationship and make her love for you grow. Yeah, there's a whole. That's why there's like a whole term for it called love bombing. Okay, which is what people who are like manipulative, who are not attractive due to their virtues and all that, and are not actually attractive, but who are just pretending and posing and stuff. That's why they do it, because it works. That's the point. Being nice to her, mm, being considerate towards her, not being pushy to her, not like trying to, force her, to be intimate with you, not trying to like push her to do things that she doesn't want to do, but treating her kindly and nicely. All of these things are good, yeah. And the point is, it makes you yourself feel very good, yeah. You feel like a good human being, which is important too, yeah. It's important too. You could tell her that you like her and all that. Yes, and this is okay. Now let me tell you something. How do you know if a man is good or not good? This is extremely important for my female students here. This is extremely important to know. How do you know if a man is good for you or not good for you? Fundamentally, here's how you know. Here's the test. Most fundamental, basic test. How does he make you feel about yourself? That's the only question you need to ask. That's it. How does he make you feel about yourself? That's it. Does he make you feel bad about yourself? In other words, does he attack your self-esteem? Does he insult you? Does he make you question yourself? Does he hurt you in terms of making you feel like you're not smart, or making you feel like you're ugly, or making you feel like you can't do things? Is he negative towards you? Does he critical of your ideas and your critical of your dreams, and critical of your character in terms of, now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, say you did something which was actually bad and he said, hey, you did something unethical or immoral, you hurt someone in some way. And then you asked him, did I hurt someone? He said, yes, yeah. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about a pattern of behavior where he is picking at you, okay, and he's saying things to you which make you feel bad about yourself, okay? And this can be combined with him then playing the victim, for example, with saying like, oh, you just don't understand me, or oh, you hurt my feelings and all that, playing the victim. There's different things that can happen, and different sort of manipulation tactics that can go along with this. But at fundamental bottom, does he make you feel bad about yourself? That's the fundamental question. If the answer is yes, he's not good for you yet. He's not a good man, pretty much. And he's not the actual attractive man yet. In all my time, okay, in all the girls that I've talked to, and you've seen, I don't know how many were on those slides, probably like 60 or something, 70. That was like in a month or something like that. So that wasn't even like a small. I've probably talked to like at least like 1,000 girls. Yeah, I'm not even like exaggerating, in like a year or something. That's not an exaggeration. Doesn't mean like I had a relationship. Doesn't mean I dated all them. I didn't, of course. I'm just saying, like in terms of interactions, it's probably like 1,000, something like that. I'm not sure, maybe more yet. But and again, I didn't date all them and all that. But I'm just saying interactions. In all of those interactions, I did my absolute best, even though I made some mistakes and I'm not perfect, to never on purposely try to hurt a girl, her feelings, her self-esteem, and all that. Like I genuinely tried my best, yeah. And every actually attractive man is like that, yeah. They don't go out their way to hurt you. Why would they? Because they have options. They have girls that like them. So why would they try to hurt you in order to try and like lower your self-esteem or something? So then you'll talk to them. It doesn't make no sense yet. That's not how it works. In actuality, what the real good attractive man will do is try to build you up and will try to encourage you. I don't know how many times I've told the girl, like, you know, you need to believe in yourself more, or, you know, said, you know, told her she's beautiful and all that, even though she's saying that she's ugly and all that. So if the person you're with makes you feel good about yourself, if they encourage you, if they, you know, try to motivate you, you know, maybe you have doubts about things you want to do, maybe you have doubts about, I don't know, maybe you want to go to the gym or something, but you have hesitation. If they, you know, if they're supportive, you know, they try and help you, I'll come with you, or they try to increase your self-esteem and so on, that's a good person, man. That's the point. That's a good person. And this is not the same as simping, okay? This is important to know. It's not the same as being a simp or being like those guys that pay girls on OF, or those guys that try and send girls money, and those guys that, you know, just give mad compliments to girls who don't even care about them. It's not like that yet. Because the point is, it's about treating a girl like she is, a human being, not like she's a god yet. She's not, obviously. She's a person. She's gonna have bad qualities too. She's gonna have mistakes too. But the point is that she is special, just like you are. That's the point. You are special to you. That's the point. So it's about not like making her less than you, and not making her greater than you. It's about just basically talking to her and treating her, mm, like she has value yet, just like you do as well. That's the point. Do you understand? And a lot of this, okay, will come from the confidence and the self-esteem, which comes with courage, ambition, authenticity, and all that, which I laid out yet. Whenever I've been my most confident, and again, I'm not perfect yet. My confidence goes up and down. You know, I have times where I'm not feeling good, or I'm feeling sad and stuff, and I'm not so, you know, I'm not so charming, if you want to say it like that. I'm not so charismatic and stuff. You know, I have hardships in life too, obviously. But what I found is every time I've been at my most confident, I've been the most nice, and I've had the most, women have essentially found me the most attractive during those times that it's like I've been nice to them. At the same time, they're like the most sort of into me, basically. It's like both. You understand? You don't have to do one or the other, but you can have both. Yeah, you can have both. Um, Key. I'll give you a key just to sort of to keep you safe, if you like, to not so you don't fall into the simp category. Don't give affection to people who are not giving you affection in return yet. There's like something. If you're being nice to her and she's being cold to you, stop. Okay, and go talk to someone else, essentially. And if you're complimenting her and she's ignoring you, stop. Go talk to someone else. If you're trying to be loving towards her and she's ignoring you, she's being cold, she's being mean to you, and she's being like so on, just stop. To be a billion women on the planet. There's more women than you can ever talk to, so just stop and go talk to someone else. Yeah, that's how you save yourself from falling into this sort of category at the bottom. Okay, now my final thing that I want to say, okay, is that in life, especially I mean this to all my students actually, life is about continuous improvement, okay? And the truth is, I don't have all the answers, okay? I'm only 29 years, so I don't have all the answers. I probably barely have any of them. So if you're young, if you're younger than me, then you know you need to understand that it's going to take you time, and it's going to take you learning from your mistakes to improve and to grow and to become closer and closer towards what it is that you'd like to be. So think about the things that I said today as like a goal or like an ideal, like a target in the distance. Mm? And then just think about how you can move slowly towards them, you know, one step at a time, one day at a time. Don't try and do it all in one day. You know, the hero has to stop, you know, make camp on the way to fight the dragon. He doesn't just fly there. He can't just teleport there or something. He has to go slowly. So So take your time, excuse me, take your time. Okay, take your time and keep an abundant mindset. Just remember, okay, this is for both men and women, that the person you're talking to, or that person who might have rejected you, or that person who you talked to, it wasn't a good experience. They're not the last person on Earth. There's more people on the planet than you can ever talk to, and every day there's like another person born. So there's like people are essentially infinite. Practically speaking, they're infinite. So don't become scarcity minded. Don't start thinking that this is my one and only soulmate. If she doesn't love me, then my life's over. That's not true yet. There's always someone else that you can talk to and form a good relationship connection with. Set big goals for yourself, that you would actually be excited about trying to achieve. That'll give your life meaning. And then take action and aim at being a good, virtuous human being, a good man. Aim at being a good man, and that way you can continue to improve. And one of the biggest lessons that I've learned, just myself, is as long as you aim at being a good man, a good person, you can bounce back essentially from any sort of failure or any kind of negative situation. You can always bounce back at. So aim at being ethical, aim at being a good person, aim at being like the warrior ideal, the heroic ideal of your forefathers, of your ancestors. Aim at that classic heroic ideal, and then you can take your place among the attractive men. Yeah. So anyway, I hope this lecture helps you guys out, and I hope it is beneficial. And that's it. Yeah. And good luck, and yeah.